see a general pattern here. Cheryl Crockett called, and Brandon Scott said on this program that to call his office and he would get involved and get to the bottom of it. He hasn't done a thing. You're saying that the woman has called for services and you're paying taxes for it. They vote themselves a pay raise. I mean, that's, how do you qualify it? And I asked him that question. He never responded. He found a way to get out of it. So I'm just saying that every call that I'm getting here is about the same thing, protesting. And how you do it is your choice, whether it's digital protesting by the great Dr. Crockett, which is really smooth, because when you digitally protest, you don't have to worry about getting arrested.
That's right.
which is my problem. And so I take my hat off to Tawana Jones, because I'm like, they could be arrested any time. That's true warrior. Yes. That's true warrior.
Yes.
And
yes, it is.
That's important.
Well, I'm a true warrior too. I'm a true warrior too. I'm on the Republican ticket, but like I tell everyone, I'm a conservative Republican. Don't be afraid. I'm here to help you. While I keep doing the same thing and you're not getting any results. Let's try something new, Baltimore.
All right, and you'll be on this program on next Saturday. So we thank you for calling in. Thank you so much.
And thank
you, sir. Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. What
all right, have a good day. Thank you, listeners. Bye-bye.
All right now. All right, caller from 301 area code and 9467. How can we help you? Elevation Radio 1.
Good afternoon, Pastor Steve. My name is Mary Patrick, and I am with SitOut2SitIn. I am a friend of Cheryl Crockett from high school. We sat together in high school. Yeah, we sat together in high school, and I am really honored that we are still together as friends. And growing up in the Washington area, I found myself protesting quite a bit, protesting for a variety of social justice issues over the decades. And so this year with the pandemic and with the murder of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, I was trying to figure out how I could protest safely and peacefully. And I was talking to Cheryl, and she invited me to join in with SitOut2SitIn. And I'm very, very thankful to Cheryl for that and for this opportunity.
Well, it's no problem. Is Cheryl Crockett thankful for you?
Absolutely. First of all, Mary Patrick and I had different experiences with social justice growing up. My dad, D.C. police detective sergeant, was very, very protective of his family. And so when there were marches down on the mall, he would not allow my mom or my brother or me to come and be at the marches. And so we were sheltered. We learned about these things possibly from the news many years later. And Mary Patrick was involved in social justice efforts from before I knew her. And so we've had a chance to talk about some of those things, and I was just really impressed with all of her experiences. And she has a natural ability and a natural understanding of taking a stand. It comes very easy to her, and I'm learning, because most of what I've gathered has been in the past decade or so. Because there was a time when people were kind of quiet about social justice and race issues, and I think that with the election of President Obama, that we thought things were headed in a different direction, and we found out quite quickly that they weren't. And that's just one indicator. So I've learned a lot from Mary Patrick. If you see the picture that I sent you, and it is on social media, it's on our platforms, there's a picture of me and another person in front of the church where the current president held up a Bible so famously a few months ago. And that was the one protest that I attended because I wanted to be on Black Lives Matter Plaza in front of the White House, and that was Mary Patrick who was with me in that. And she made some signs, and I held up one, she held up the other one, but we were very, very careful to keep social distance from one another because we're in different households, and keeping social distance in that Black Lives Matter Plaza. I just really wanted to be there, especially at the dawn of the SitOut2SitIn effort. I wanted to see what was happening, and I wanted to experience that moment. And it was truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let me ask you, so if someone wanted to join the SitOut2SitIn movement, how could they do it?
Well, SitOut2SitIn affords people the opportunity to stand up for what they believe in concerning supporting Black lives and not keeping silent any longer. You've seen the signs where people say, silence is violence. Well, if you want to be safe with COVID-19, simply take a picture of yourself with our hashtag. Write it on a piece of paper. Make a poster if you like. And put SitOut2SitIn on that poster. And what you want to say. Examples are all over our social media. And if you want to say Breonna Taylor's name, say it. You can do it with a short video. Oh, I wanted to reference Michelle, my cousin. She did this beautiful video. You don't see her in it, but you hear her voice. And that's part of our presentation. You can do a photo of you with your family, and intergenerational pictures are awesome because you're communicating your family's values to future generations. And when you post on social media and tag SitOut2SitIn, we can see it and then share it again on our other platforms. So if you give it to us on Facebook, I'll transfer it to Instagram, and I'll transfer it to Twitter, and then I'll reshare it on my personal with the hashtag, so it's searchable. But
so let me ask. I'm sorry.
There is one more thing. There is power in making a statement, just like, because this is a Christian show, just like with baptism, you're making a statement. You're making a public connection between you and Jesus. This is a way of making a public statement about your value of Black lives and taking a stand against systemic racism and racism of all kinds.
Mm-hmm. So let me thank you for that. Let me ask my tried and true proven warrior, Tawana Jones. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay. So what do you think of this?
Yeah, I definitely think it's awesome. Anything that's basically lifting up our Black bodies and brown lives, I'm all definitely for it. Because, like I said, I've been in this thing for 7 years. It's a family that I don't wish anyone into, but it's something that's definitely needed, and I'm here for life. Like, it's just sad that all the injustices that are happening that's been going on for over 400 plus years, but people had a problem, like the sister said, and talking about it. But from day one, I've been screaming, we're more than hashtags and body bags. We're more than being 6 feet in the dirt and pictures and buttons on T-shirts. So I'm definitely with anything that uplifts, our, fighting the struggle that's needed.
I think I've heard you on the news. I'm hearing your taglines, and I think I've heard you interviewed on the news. I look forward to meeting you, and I want to express my sorrow for your loss.
Thank you, and I would love to have you on our West Wednesday platform because, like my warrior brother, Pastor Turner said, we normally be outside, but because of the pandemic, I've been literally like inside just for safety of people. So I've been basically we do West Wednesday, and you can look it up on YouTube or any platform. All you have to do is the hashtag West Wednesday, and you'll see all of our West Wednesdays. And unfortunately, I've been connecting with all the victims nationally, locally, all around the world, and it's just really sad. So definitely would like to connect with you. And Pastor Turner, if you can give her my phone number, that would be great.
Certainly. That's exactly what I'm hoping for.
You can give her mine as well. We'll be in touch because I want to give people an alternative. I understand people are mad. I was mad. I was so naive looking at the footage of George Floyd because I heard about it before I saw it. And I said, oh, no, he put his knee on his neck. I hope he survived. And the next thing I knew, I didn't realize that I was looking at a man being killed on national television. So I was struck. I was angry. I was hurt and paralyzed for a moment. But I knew I could not be silent. And that's when I started protesting. And people who go out, I realize they have accomplished much and things have begun to change. But there are some people it's too great a risk to go out. And I want to afford everyone the alternative.
In the military, there are different units and armies of warriors, and some are on the front lines, and some are in the compound planning the attack, and some are in the Pentagon. So it really, some are actually climbing over walls in ninja suits. So everybody has a purpose and a importance in the army of justice, which is important. And so I commend you, Tawana Jones, for what you do. I commend you also, Cheryl Crockett. You are in the same army, just using different methodologies, as my wife used to say. As a matter of fact, speaking of my wife, Queen, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay. Just checking with you. Just checking. Speaking of, let me take a break. Let me take a break here. I want y'all to listen to this. Now, on the 3rd, we're gonna have a little humor here now because we've been serious for a little bit. On the 3rd, I had a guest here on this program, the business partner of Worldwide Flavor Network, another upstart podcast and radio network in Northeast Baltimore. And somewhere along the line, she began to sing, and I joined in at some point. And the co-host I had, Leroy McKenzie Jr., started trouble by saying we should have a contest, a verse, versus each other. And so she called me back to challenge me fully and say, Pastor Turner, I want to challenge you to a praise and worship battle. You and I at my studios, we're going to get a date together, and we raise money for charity and all that, and feed the poor with some of that money. And I'm like, okay. So she's challenged me. She's kept it up by telling me she's going to make me retire. Tawana Jones told me she's going to retire me from music. That she's so good.
Wow.
And I need to. So eventually I will end up calling on her program, and I want people to call in on her program to let them know that they stand the Music Man with Pastor Steve Turner. And so let me ask that question today. Do you stand with me, Tawana Jones?
You already know, all day and all night.
Yeah, I got it. Cheryl Crockett, do you stand with the Music Man?
I stand with you and your perceived opponent being in one accord in Jesus' name.
Well, okay. I want you to stand with me, not her, because Lady J is going down. Lady J is going down.
I understand that. I will probably tune in, and I am concerned because I'm convicted that I should not take a side.
Oh, that's it. I'm gonna have to cut this interview short. Hold on a second. You got to roll with me.
Because you are both
God.
my My brother and sister in Christ. That is.
Lord.
This is you're asking me to do
hold on a
something
second.
that is causing a struggle.
Oh my goodness.